Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Lalima Aneja Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar launch various initiatives of national education policy in New Delhi. The nationwide policy suggests a complete overhaul of the education system, including that of the school and college education system. COVID-19 vaccination slots can now be booked through social media platform WhatsApp, says government. Country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 58 crore 89 lakh mark. National recovery rate of COVID-19 reaches 97.68%. Notification for local body elections issued in Bihar. 3-tier elections to be held in 11 phases from 24th of September to 12th December this year. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri receives the Sikh Holy Book of Sri Guru Granth Sahib brought from Kabul in Afghanistan. Lauds Prime Minister Narendra Modi for carrying out rescue operations. Prime Minister of United Kingdom Boris Johnson is all set to call on emergency meeting of Group of 7 G7 leaders today to step up their support for Afghan people. In Chhattisgarh, 2 Maoists killed in an encounter with security forces this morning. And in sports, Tokyo Paralympic Games begins today. Indian contingent to be led by Rio Olympics gold medalist Mariyappan Thangavulu. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings to its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news since 16th of August and will continue till 15th August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Recalling our yesterday's question, name the commission set up by the Britishers in 1920 to probe the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The correct answer is Hunter Commission. The evidence General Dyer presented before the Hunter Committee stood as a confession of the brutal act he committed. EIR News got an overwhelming response from its listeners across the world, and the one lucky winner of the quiz is Lav Kumar from West Champaran, Bihar.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
And coming to our 4th question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz, who set up the underground secret radio station during Quit India movement and on what date its first broadcast take place? Listeners can send their responses to the question over email on amritmahotsavquiz@gmail.com. One participant will be selected as the winner and will be declared in tomorrow morning news. Winner will be awarded an e-certificate and a token prize.
The government today launched various initiatives of National Education Policy NEP 2020 to make education more inclusive and prepare students for the 21st century. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, along with Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar, launched these initiatives in New Delhi. The nationwide policy suggests a complete overhaul of the education system, including that of the school and college education system. A booklet on one-year achievements of the National Education Policy implementation was unveiled. The ministers also launched the National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy Bharat FLN Tools. Along with Priya Accessibility Booklet, resources on Diksha Platform, Virtual School on National Institute of Open Schooling, Alternate Academic Calendar 2021-22 of NCERT were also launched to mark the occasion. Lauding the initiatives, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said the government is working towards digitalization of education and strengthening the sector.
जिस प्रकार से आज हम 5 उपक्रम को आपके सामने एक प्रकार से रिपोर्ट कार्ड के नाते, ये कोई परफॉर्मेंस अप्राइजल नहीं है, हम रिपोर्ट कार्ड के नाते प्रजातंत्र में पब्लिक डोमेन में सर्वसम्मुख अपने कामों के बारे में विनम्र प्रतिवेदन करना एक जिम्मेवारी बनती है। आज ऐसे ही कुछ काम हमने पूरा किया है, जिसमें महत्वपूर्ण है कि हमने एनईपी के आधार पे पिछले 1 साल में क्या किया, उसकी एक डॉक्यूमेंट बना के हमने सर्वसम्मुख रखा है, पब्लिक डोमेन में रखा है। हमारी प्रयास है, आप उसको परामर्श और समीक्षा कर भी सकते हैं, परामर्श दे भी सकते हैं।
Speaking on the occasion, Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar said the initiatives are aimed at promoting inclusive education and bringing transformative changes in the lives of the disabled. He also expressed confidence that the national education policy will help boosting the country's development.
Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri received the Sikh Holy Book of Sri Guru Granth Sahib brought from Kabul in Afghanistan at Delhi airport this morning. In a tweet, Mr. Puri said he is blessed to receive and pay obeisance to the Sri Guru Granth Sahib. Later, talking to reporters, Mr. Puri said arrangements are being put in place to bring back the remaining Indian nationals.
I want to start by thanking the Honourable Prime Minister who has made it possible to carry out these rescue operations to bring our brethren who are in difficult circumstances there, or arrangements are also being put in place for the remaining people. We are in constant touch with them, and I want to compliment the Ministry of External Affairs, my friend Jaishankar ji, Muralidharan ji, for having implemented this.
Our correspondent reports that 78 people, including 25 Indian nationals who have been evacuated from Kabul, have arrived in New Delhi from Dushanbe in Tajikistan this morning. The evacuees were flown in from Kabul on an Indian Air Force aircraft.
The government will brief the floor leaders of all political parties on the situation in Afghanistan on Thursday. In a tweet, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has instructed that Ministry of External Affairs will brief the floor leaders. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said floor leaders of political parties would be briefed by the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on the present situation in Afghanistan on 26th of August at 11 a.m. in Parliament House Annex. He said invites are being sent through email and all concerned have been requested to attend. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has lauded the efforts of the Indian Air Force, Air India and his ministry for successful operation of evacuation from Afghanistan called Operation Devi Shakti. In a tweet today, Dr. Jaishankar said 78 evacuees from Kabul arrived through Dushanbe, Tajikistan. India has administered over 58 crore 89 lakh doses of COVID vaccine so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Union Health Ministry said more than 63 lakh 85,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry said 39,486 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the national recovery rate has reached 97.68%. Till now, more than 3 crore 17 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. The country reported 25,467 new cases in the last 24 hours. Currently, India's active caseload is at around 3 lakh 19,000. The active cases constitute less than 1% of the total reported cases, which is lowest since March last year. However, the daily positivity rate stands at 1.55%. The ministry said around 51 crore COVID-19 tests have been conducted so far.
The government today said COVID-19 vaccine slots can now be booked through social media platform WhatsApp. In a tweet, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia said the slots can be booked through mobile number 9013151515 by sending book slot to the number. He said after entering the 6-digit OTP, people can choose the preferred date, location, PIN code and the vaccine type. The Tamil Nadu government has come out with a novel plan to vaccinate people for COVID round the clock. Vaccination camps have been set up at 55 government hospitals and 36 medical colleges throughout the state. According to Health Minister M. Subramaniam, the government had vaccinated 4.88 lakh people yesterday. Today, the target is to vaccinate 5 lakh people. Meanwhile, the state has vaccinated a total of 2 crore 87 lakh people till yesterday. More from our Chennai correspondent.
The state government is taking more steps as a precautionary measure to counter the third wave. The government is adding pediatric special wards with ventilators and other requirements in government hospitals. In order to strengthen the oxygen infrastructure, private organizations have been donating oxygen generators to the state government. A new oxygen manufacturing plant was started at the government Rajiv Gandhi Hospital today at Chennai. Till now, the state has got 17,940 oxygen concentrators and also has increased the manufacturing units of liquid oxygen in government hospitals throughout the state. Joy, AIR News, Chennai.
In Kerala, as COVID cases continue to surge, the State Health Department issues a high alert for the next 4 weeks. Here's a report from our Thiruvananthapuram correspondent.
The emergency warning has been issued as the COVID infection is on a rise since the Onam and Eid celebrations and also considering the threat of a looming third wave. Many areas are at high risk of contracting the highly contagious Delta virus. A high-level meeting will be chaired by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan today to take stock of the situation. The new COVID restrictions and relaxations is expected to be decided at the meeting. The state government is trying to conduct large-scale vaccination and to maximize the COVID testing from today. Meanwhile, Kerala witnessed a slight dip in the COVID figures as it confirmed 13,383 positive cases yesterday. The test positivity rate is at 15.63%. Presently, over 1,54,000 active COVID cases are there in Kerala. Mayusha for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
In Madhya Pradesh, second phase of the vaccination Maha Abhiyan is being organized on the 25th and 26th of August in the state. Under the Maha Abhiyan, a total of 35 lakh citizens are targeted to be vaccinated in 2 days. Our Bhopal correspondent has the details.
Chief Minister said that the target is to provide the first dose to 100% eligible population by the month of September. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan also called on the Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Mansukh Mandavia, and urged for an additional dose of 11 lakh vaccines to make the Mahabhiyan successful. Union Minister assured the Chief Minister that 11 lakh vaccine doses will be provided to the state government by the centre. Meanwhile, in the campaign, people are being invited for vaccination from door to door by giving yellow rice. At the district level, collectors are also carrying out various innovations. Pooja Bivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Chhattisgarh, 2 Maoists were killed in an encounter with security forces this morning. The exchange of fire took place near Gompad village at Sukma district in Bastar division when a joint team of CRPF and District Reserve Guard was on an area domination operation in Konta area. Bodies of the Maoists have been recovered along with arms, ammunition and explosive materials from the spot. In Bihar, notification for local body elections to the single posts of Mukhias, Sarpanches, Zilla Parishad members, Panchayat Samiti members and ward members in the state was issued today. With the issuance of notifications, Model Code of Conduct came into effect in the state. The elections to the 3-tier Panchayati Raj institutions will be held in 11 phases from 24th of September to 12th December this year. Elections will be held for the posts of 1,161 posts of Zilla Parishad, 11,497 posts of Panchayat Samiti members, 8,387 posts of Mukhias and 1,14,733 posts of Gram Panchayat members. The PRI bodies of the Gram Panchayats, Panchayat Samitis and Zilla Parishads had to be constituted by 15th of June this year, but the elections could not be held due to COVID pandemic.
Prime Minister of United Kingdom Boris Johnson is all set to call on the group of 7 G7 leaders today to step up their support for the Afghan people at the group's emergency meeting on Afghanistan. Johnson is reconvening the leaders for crisis talks on Afghanistan amid widespread unhappiness about Biden's handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal. Complaints have come from Britain, France, Germany and others in the G7, which includes only one non-NATO member, Japan. Earlier, Johnson had taken to Twitter and said he will convene G7 leaders on today for urgent talks on the situation in Afghanistan.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said the Taliban will be judged by its deeds rather than words. Ahead of chairing an emergency G7 virtual meet to coordinate international response to the Afghan crisis, Mr. Johnson said the priority is to complete the evacuation of our citizens and those Afghans who have assisted our efforts over the last 20 years. But as we look ahead to the next phase, it's vital we come together as an international community and agree a joint approach for the longer term.
Earthquake measuring 5.1 on the Richter scale occurred in the Bay of Bengal at around 12:35 p.m. today. According to the National Center for Seismology, the earthquake was recorded at a depth of 10 kilometers, around 320 kilometers east of Chennai. Netizens immediately shared the news. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. Here's a reminder of the headlines before we move on. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar launched various initiatives of the National Education Policy in New Delhi. The nationwide policy suggests a complete overhaul of the education system, including that of the school and college education system. COVID-19 vaccine slots can now be booked through social media platform WhatsApp, says the government. Country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 58 crore 89 lakh mark. National recovery rate of COVID-19 reaches 97.68%. Notification for local body elections issued in Bihar. 3-tier elections to be held in 11 phases from the 24th of September to the 12th of December this year. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri received the Sikh Holy Book of Sri Guru Granth Sahib brought from Kabul in Afghanistan. Lord's Prime Minister Narendra Modi for carrying out rescue operations. Prime Minister of United Kingdom Boris Johnson is all set to call an emergency meeting of Group of 7 G7 leaders today to step up their support for the Afghan people. In Chhattisgarh, 2 Maoists killed in an encounter with security forces this morning. And in sports, Tokyo Paralympic Games begin today. Indian contingent to be led by Rio Olympics gold medalist Mariyappan Thangavelu. Well, for quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
आजादी के आंदोलन के खजाने में ऐसे ढेरों शब्द जिन्होंने बदल दिए इतिहास. तारीख बदलने वाले लफ्जों पर आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष कार्यक्रम धरोहर हर सोमवार.
Welcome back to the Midday News on All India Radio. Information and Broadcasting Ministry celebrating Iconic Week from 23rd to 29th of this month as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Various media units of the ministry have planned various activities to mark the occasion. In today's activities, Doordarshan will telecast Azadi Ka Safar, Saga of Freedom Struggle, Naye Bharat Ka Safar and documentary Purna Swaraj. All India Radio will broadcast Azadi Ka Safar Akashwani ke saath, National Amrit Mahotsav Quiz, special program Aprachita. National Film Development Corporation will conduct an online session for skill development of students on camera, complementing content, and film screening of Bioscope. Publication Division is organizing a week-long regional exhibition in Mumbai beginning from 23rd of August. On its part, the Film Division is organizing an online film festival titled India at 75 Voyage of Progress. Let's listen now our special program Azadi Ka Safar.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day. Talk of freedom movement is never complete without the mention of Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev, the three legendary freedom fighters who made the supreme sacrifice to break free from the shackles of slavery. The entire nation plunged into gloom on the early morning of 23rd March 1931 when these iconic freedom fighters were hanged.
Today we bring you the story of Shivram Hari Rajguru, who was born on 24th August in 1908 in a Pune village called Khed to Parvati Devi and Hari Narayan Rajguru. His birthplace of Khed was renamed as Rajguru Nagar in his honor. He joined Seva Dal at a young age. He was a member of the Hindustan Socialist Republican Association founded by Ram Prasad Bismil and Sachindra Sanyal and others.
Rajguru became a colleague of Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev and took part in the assassination of a British police officer, John Saunders, at Lahore on 17 December 1928. Their actions were to avenge the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, who had died after being hit by police while on a march protesting the Simon Commission.
They were convicted of the charges and were sentenced to death. They were cremated at Husainiwala on the banks of the Satluj River in Firozpur. Every year, thousands of people pay homage to these great sons of the soil at the memorial in Husainiwala.
Bhagat Singh, Jindabad! Rajguru, Jindabad! Sukhdev, Jindabad!
In today's episode, we also talk about a renowned freedom fighter, social reformer, educationist and journalist, K. Kelappan Nair, who is also known as Kerala Gandhi. This day marks his 132nd birth anniversary. He was born on this day in 1889 in Calicut, Kerala. K. Kelappan was one of the main leaders who joined the non-cooperation movement. Playing a very dominant role in the Malabar region, he courted arrest on several occasions. In 1930, he led the salt satyagraha and marched to Payanur beach and made salt.
On the one hand, K. Kelappan fought for social reforms and on the other against the British. Besides, he also fought relentlessly against untouchability and caste-based discrimination. K. Kelappan played a crucial role in the unification of the state of Kerala. He was elected to Parliament in 1952. At the end of his term, he left active politics and became a Sarvodaya worker and was actively associated with the Bhudan movement in Kerala. He was also the president of many Gandhian organizations in the state.
On this day, legendary freedom fighter Beena Das was born in 1911 in Krishnanagar of the Bengal province. She is among the many women who were at the forefront of the freedom movement in Bengal. Beena Das gained prominence at the age of 21 when she opened fire on the governor of Bengal, Stanley Jackson, in the Convocation Hall of Calcutta University. Beena Das fired 5 bullets at Jackson from a close range.
Das served 9 years of hard labor for an act which stemmed from a deep desire to see a homeland free from British occupation. She was an active member of Chhatri Sangh, a women's student society that worked for India's freedom struggle.
Today is also the birth anniversary of Nittur Srinivas Rao, a Gandhian who participated in the independence movement. He served as the Chief Justice of the High Court of Mysore State.
In the 1930s and 1940s, he participated in the Indian independence movement. He worked for the Mysore State Unit of the Congress and actively participated in the civil disobedience movement. During the Quit India movement of 1942, he provided shelter to freedom fighters.
When Mahatma Gandhi visited Bangalore in 1927, Srinivas Rao took permission from him to translate his autobiography. He named the translation as Satya Shodhan. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वे निशान जो साक्षी हैं हमारे सेनानियों के संघर्ष और बलिदान के। आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष श्रृंखला निशान। हर बुधवार को शाम 4:45 पर कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर।
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu launched the Vaccinate India program in Bengaluru today. The program is organized by the Planning, Program Implementation and Statistics Department along with Sustainable Goals Centre and Give India Foundation. It aims at educating the masses about the necessity to vaccinate and clear misconceptions. Speaking on the occasion, the Vice President said that vaccine is the most effective shield against COVID-19. After successfully hosting the Summer Olympic Games, the Japanese capital is set to host the Summer Paralympic Games. The global sporting spectacle will begin with a glittering opening ceremony at the Olympic Stadium in Tokyo today. The main concept for the opening ceremony is We Have Wings. High jumper and Rio Olympics gold medalist Mariyappan Thangavelu will be India's flag bearer at the event.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature was 28 degrees Celsius, while maximum is likely to be nearly 36 degrees. Mumbai will also have generally cloudy sky with light rain. There will not be much change in temperature as it will hover between 26 and 32 degrees Celsius. Chennai is expected to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky with temperature varying between 17 and 37 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy and temperature will move from a minimum of 22 degrees Celsius to a maximum of around 37 degrees. Bengaluru will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Shillong will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain with temperature hovering between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius. Aizawl is expected to witness generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. And Itanagar will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar launch various initiatives of national education policy in New Delhi. The nationwide policy suggests a complete overhaul of the education system, including that of the school and college education system. COVID-19 vaccine slots can now be booked through social media platform WhatsApp, says the government. Country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 58 crore 89 lakh mark. National recovery rate of COVID-19 reaches 97.68%. Notification for local body elections issued in Bihar. 3-tier elections to be held in 11 phases from 24th of September to 12th December this year. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri receives the Sikh Holy Book of Sri Guru Granth Sahib brought from Kabul in Afghanistan. Lauds Prime Minister Narendra Modi for carrying out rescue operations. Prime Minister of United Kingdom Boris Johnson is all set to call on emergency meeting of group of 7 leaders today to step up their support for Afghan people. In Chhattisgarh, 2 Maoists killed in an encounter with security forces this morning. And in sports, Tokyo Paralympic Games begins today. Indian contingent to be led by Rio Olympic gold medalist Moriyappan Thangavelu. And with that we end the midday news.